Most people believe that financial freedom is about being rich, but there are actually 7 levels to it. And depending on where you are, your priorities and your definition of freedom completely changes. So which level are you at and how do you climb to the next level? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand and what steps you need to take to move to the next level. Hi, I'm Rakchit, and on this channel, I help people grow in various dimensions of our lives. And if you're serious about building real wealth, not just a bigger paycheck, this breakdown will change how you think of money forever. These 7 levels aren't just theory. They're based on real people, from broke college kids to billionaires, and how they experience money in their lives. And the scary part is that most people stay stuck in the first 3 levels and never escape. So let's start from the very bottom. This is the stage when you rely on money completely on someone else. For example, kids living with their parents, or adults whose bills are entirely paid by their family. A partner or even government assistance would fall in this category. If you don't earn enough or anything to cover your own expenses, then you're in this level. You also feel powerless because your financial needs are in someone else's hands. So the main goal in this stage is to generate enough skills and income to cover your own living costs. Now this level isn't shameful. Everyone starts at this level at some point in their lives. The danger here is to stay in this stage for years because it becomes comfortable. A lot of individuals live off their parents' support till the time they graduate from college. It feels fine until you realize that all your financial needs ultimately have to be approved by someone else. That's when you realize that you need to move to level 2. The financial survival level is where you're making money, but all your money is going towards paying bills, food, rent, and there's nothing left over at the end of the month. Some of the signs that will help you determine if you're in this level are that you're living paycheck to paycheck. If you lose your job tomorrow, you can't cover your next month's expenses. In this phase, you're always under constant stress and you're always waiting for that time of the month when your salary gets credited in your account. In this stage, the main goal is to develop an emergency fund and to escape the paycheck to paycheck monthly cycle. Most people think that getting a raise will solve this problem, but lifestyle inflation creeps in. Spending more as they earn more keeps them stuck. We'll talk in greater detail as to what you can do to move from level 2 to level 3, but some of the practical tips that you can adopt is to track your expenses on a daily basis for the next 30 days and prioritize savings before spending, even if it's a small amount per week to start with. This level is your first real taste of freedom. In this level, you've already set up an emergency fund, you're not worried about paying bills, and you're starting to save for the future. If you have savings of 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses, you don't have any high interest debt, and if you can handle small emergencies without any panic, these are signs that you're in this level. At this stage, you start sleeping better at night. But here's the thing, stability isn't the same thing as freedom. You're still trading time for money, and if you stop working, the stability fades away. I remember when I reached this stage, I thought I had made it. And then I realized that if I couldn't work for 6 months, I'd slide back to the survival mode. And that's when I learned about level 4. Financial security means that you've built enough passive income from investments, side business, or other sources to cover your basic expenses forever. If your basic needs like food, utilities, housing could be paid even if you stop working, and you have a safety net beyond savings such that your money is working for you, that indicates that you're in this stage. And the mindset shift that happens at this stage is that you stop worrying about survival and you start thinking of lifestyle. Let's take a very simple example. Somebody with 50 lakh rupees in his account in fixed deposits earning a 7% interest per annum makes about 3.5 lakh rupees as interest per year. If that person's annual expenses are also 3.5 lakh rupees, then that person can take care of his annual expenses without touching the principal amount. For the time being, let's not consider inflation. That's a different calculation altogether. Combine this investment with low living cost and you're secure. Now, the 5th stage is the stage of financial independence. Financial independence means that your income covers your lifestyle and not just your basic expenses. If your investments in your business income let you live the life you want, work becomes optional. You maintain your lifestyle indefinitely without worrying about a paycheck. Did you notice the difference between financial security and financial independence? Financial security meant that you can survive without work, but financial independence means you can maintain your lifestyle without work. Now, this is the stage where people retire early, travel full-time, or focus on their passion projects. But here's the twist. Financial independence doesn't mean that you stop working. It just means that you can choose the work that you actually care about. This is the phase where people keep themselves productively engaged and can pick and choose the projects they wish to undertake. Financial freedom means that you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, without money being a limiting factor, without reason. If you can afford luxuries without guilt, if you can absorb large unexpected costs without impact, and your time and location are fully yours, then you've reached this level. At this stage, you're not budgeting, you're designing your life. If you want to take a month off and fly business class across the world, you can. Now here's the risk. Some people reach this stage and then overextend and fall back down to level 5. Financial freedom still requires discipline. Now this level is beyond freedom. It's generational wealth. You have more wealth than you or your family can reasonably spend, plus the ability to make massive impact through philanthropy, investments, or legacy projects. If your net worth continues to grow in spite of spending a lot of money or giving away your money, and you can fund causes, start foundations, and create opportunities for others, then you've certainly made it to this level. Some examples of people who've made it to this level are Warren Buffett, Mukesh Ambani, Jeff Bezos, and the list goes on. Let's be real, most of us won't reach this level. But the danger at this level is to lose purpose. Because if money can't buy you meaning, you need to know what drives you. So now that you know the 7 levels, the big question is, how do you move up? It's not about moving from level 1 to level 7. It's about consistently taking the next step, mastering it, and then moving on. Let's break it down level by level. The first move is all about income. If you're relying on someone else to pay your bills, your first goal is to start earning any amount of money on your own. I'm assuming that this will mostly be applicable to students. So you need to learn a marketable skill, even if it's small. Basic sales, customer service, graphic design, coding, delivery driving. Start with a job that covers your essentials, even if it's not your dream job. Focus on building reliability, showing up, being on time, proving that you can manage your own life. Now here, you're earning money, but you're still one bad week away from disaster. The upgrade to stability comes from 2 moves: killing high interest debt and building an emergency fund. So cut expenses hard for the next 3 to 6 months. Cancel subscriptions, cook at home, share a flat. Don't take unproductive debt. Save your first $1,000 of emergency fund and then work towards building 3 to 6 months of expenses. Now this is your first real step into passive income territory. You want your money working so hard that it can cover your basic expenses without worrying about a paycheck. So here are some suggestions towards achieving that. Start investing, even small amounts, into assets that produce income. Index funds, REITs, rental properties, online businesses. Keep your living expenses low so that your basic needs number is easy to hit. Reinvest your returns. Don't touch them as yet. Now, if you're aiming to cover your current lifestyle through your passive income, moving from security to independence means that you're aiming to cover your current lifestyle with passive income, not just your survival needs. Here are some suggestions towards achieving that. Increase your assets through side hustles, promotions, or scaling up your business. Avoid lifestyle creep. Don't inflate your expenses as your income grows. Adjust investments for sustainable, consistent returns. When you move from level 5 to level 6, you stop asking that can I afford this and start asking that do I want it. But to get to that stage, you have to multiply your passive income while keeping your capital intact. Here are some things that you can do to achieve the same. Use your excess cash flow to diversify. Stocks, real estate, business, royalties. Buy back your time, outsource chores, delegate, automate bills. Keep your freedom intact by resisting overcommitments and unnecessary expenses. Now, freedom to absolute wealth is about legacy. You have more than enough. Now you focus on multiplying your impact. People who achieve this have built systems that grow their wealth without them, like businesses with management teams or large-scale investments. Protect assets with trusts, insurance, and smart tax planning. Decide on your legacy. Charities, scholarships, businesses for the next generation. Imagine Warren Buffett giving away millions to charity because he knows his wealth will outlive him. No matter where you are, the next step is always within reach. Focus on the stage that you're in. and the next level will come faster than you think. Most people think that financial freedom is just one thing, but now you know it's a ladder. And the best part is, you don't have to leap from level 1 to level 7 in one go. You just have to take the next step. So what level are you at right now? Do drop your answer in the comments and do share about the next step that you will take. And if you found this useful, then hit like and subscribe, because on this channel we are building a community of people who want to live a more intentional life. Remember, your financial future is built one decision at a time. So make your next move count. This is your friend Rakchit signing off for the moment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.